Teacher Skyla here with SkylaSpost.com, and on this channel you'll find videos all about teaching ESL online, making an income from home, and overall health and wellness. In this video, we are going to do a complete walkthrough for VIPKid, your mock class for Interactive Level 2, Lesson B. First, we'll talk about a couple of things to keep in mind, and then we'll go through each slide, and I will give tips and then an example of how to teach that slide. Be sure to check out below. I have a link to me teaching level appropriate techniques, this full lesson in 10 minutes. It's just me teaching. It can go in addition to this full walkthrough. Let's get started. IPA. This is something we need to know. This is how all level 2 lessons, the curriculum is written, is with this format. So understanding this format is really helpful in knowing how to teach it. In the top right corner of the lesson slides, you will see these letters. I want to help you know what they mean. It also helps us know how to teach it. I do have a video that goes into more detail that's just explaining IPAED. Okay, so the first one for I, you will see IPA and E in your mock class. You will not see the D just because it's a condensed lesson. So I stands for introduce. This is the I do modeling phase. We always isolate the words, the vocabulary words, at least twice. So in this lesson, the I slides cover the words kite, doll, and fly. And then we also have an I sentence frame. We'll talk about when we get there, but those are all of the words, kite, doll, and fly. When we're on those slides, we need to isolate those words at least twice with the student first. Again, we'll talk about it in just a moment in more detail on the specific slides for Lesson B. P is practice. It's the we do stage of modeling. I do means that they are just repeating right after the teacher. We do means bit by bit or little by little. The student starts to give a little bit of independence. They're just starting to usually fill in the blank or answer a question with a word or two. They're just getting started. Again, we'll talk about that when we get to those slides. And then apply. Student independent output. It is a Q&A. That's what I forgot to write. Q&A. The teacher asks a question. We need the student to answer verbally. That's the most important thing, is the verbal independent output from the student. The you do. Okay? We're building repetition, straight repetition. The student starts to come in bit by bit, and then they answer a question verbally on their own. Most apply slides will have drag and drop or some kind of activity, matching, drawing lines, something for the student to do. For Interactive Level 2, it's typically drag and drop. That's just there to enhance the lesson. That's just there to give the student something to do. It's another form of showing that they understand and comprehend the material, but keep in mind them actually verbally answering, not repeating, is the goal. Okay? Then extend. It's exactly what you would think. You're extending the lesson with the student. Extensions appropriate for this level would be colors, shapes, numbers. You can extend with your reward, or you can choose to extend on any slide, not just the E-Free Talk slide, with the student, as long as they have completed the objectives of that slide. Keep in mind you want to have lesson extension level appropriate, and you also want it to be appropriately placed throughout. For example, a struggling student would maybe extend one time, where an advanced student for that level would extend maybe every other slide. Yes. And then demonstration, that's student mastery. And you'll see that in the lessons, just not in the mock class. Okay, so now we have a basic understanding of the IPAED so that when we go through the lesson and we're on those slides, you know what I'm talking about. Lesson B is called My Friends and I, My Toys. Please open up your materials. If you are going through this hiring process, you have these lesson slides already. If you have not yet applied and you're looking for a coach, email me. I'm happy to help you. Email skylessposts@gmail.com. I have been teaching with VIPKid for 3.5 years. I've been a mentor, a mock class mentor for 3 years. I am the person who pretends to be the student, when you come into the mock class. I am the one coaching people through that process. So I'm here to help. I would be happy to help you through any stage of the process, whether you're already in the process and you need help getting through it, whether you are a new teacher and you're still kind of mastering the techniques. I am here for you. So, when you open it up, there will be a 3 slides, and then it'll be lesson A, and then 3 slides, and then lesson B starts. The slide that says my friends and I, my toys, and then it lists in this lesson you'll be introduced to practice and apply, and then there's 3 numbers. You don't start teaching on that slide. That's information for you. That's information for the student. Okay. Actually start on the slide that says my friends and I, my toys. After that, it's yellow and brown. There's a picture with a soccer ball and Meg and Mike on there. And it just says, my friends and I, my toys, level 2, unit 5, lesson 8. That's where you start. That's where you do your introduction. Okay. So you want to introduce yourself, ask the student's name, and then ask them 2 questions. In the past for mock classes, they asked you to ask 1 question. Here, you can either do 1 question on the introduction slide and ask a follow-up rapport building question during the lesson, or you can just start with 2 questions here. We're going to ask, how are you and how old are you? Here's an example of how that could go. Hello, my name is Teacher Skyla. What is your name? Hello, Sarah. My name is Sarah. Great job. Sarah, how old are you? Good. I am 6 years old. Great job. How are you? Happy? Sad? Great job. I am happy. Okay, so that is an example of the introduction slide. Keep in mind, every time you want the student to answer you or repeat after you, anytime you want them to speak, cup your ear. Once your hand is on your ear, wait at least 3 to 5 seconds. If your instructions were clear, the student will respond. Do not talk while your hand is on your ear. That is a conflicting command because cupping your ear means it's the student's turn. Speaking means it's the teacher's turn. If you do this, it means that it is both of our turns, and that is what we want to avoid. Okay, a couple of modeling tools that you saw me use. Instructional TPR are directional cues that you see. I used finger counting to help guide sentences, full sentences. I also used ear cupping because I wanted them to speak. Finger to chin means repeat. So that's a couple of examples that we saw. When you click to the next slide, the reward slide, right now, what is encouraged for your mock class is to use this reward system drag and drop slide to teach drag and drop. We are encouraging, or VIPKid is encouraging, for you to use your own reward. Because most of the time, teachers use their own reward in the classroom in addition to the stars at the top of the screen. Your main reward always for all lessons, all levels is stars. You want to award 5 stars by the end of the lesson. But in the mock class, we have in the past not graded on using the stars because when they were updating the classrooms, the stars had not been added to the mock classrooms. Right now, the stars have been added, and so it's good to use at least 1 to 2 stars within your mock class in addition to your secondary reward, because we use that in our actual lessons. In our actual lessons, stars is our primary reward, and you give 5 throughout the full 25-minute lesson. In the mock class, you can award 1 or 2 just to show that you understand that it's there. And then we use a secondary reward. You will always get to choose if you want to use the reward provided or your own. The reason why most teachers choose to use their own reward when teaching their students is it's an easy way to extend. It's engaging and fun. They can get personal and get creative. And also because when you come to a unit of 12 lessons, like My Toys, it's the same reward given on the reward slide for all 12 lessons. That's why most teachers will let the students drag and drop and play with the slide while they're there, but will then often use their own reward. So today, for this example, we will use basketballs. Not the best because I already said Sarah. It's not very girly, but that's okay. So I'm going to use basketballs for my reward. I will also use stars for this example throughout the lesson. So I'm going to introduce my reward that I'm going to give using understandable language and modeling with actual visuals and what my body and the screen are doing. And I'm also going to show an example of how to introduce drag and drop. So, My Toy slide. Sarah, when you do a good job, you get a basketball. Basketball. Great job. 1 basketball. Great job. Look. Drag and drop. Drag and drop. Drag and drop. Great job. So for that slide, I'm using clear language. I'm using instructional TPR. And when you saw me gesture with my hand, that is me trying to show you that I'm drawing on the screen. We want to make sure that we are physically marking the screen so that the student can see and focus where we are at. We want to mark every slide. We don't have to mark the rewards or the goodbye, but that's a new thing that they're encouraging, is to mark every lesson slide, because there's no reason why we can't be directing the student where to look. You can circle, underline, bracket, draw arrows, whatever you'd like. If it gets messy, erase and then mark the next thing, or mark the new one and erase the previous line. Okay. Next slide. If you have any questions, ask me below in the comments or email me at skylessposts@gmail.com. I really want to give you guys a lot of detail, and give examples on how to teach this, but it's not only about being able to teach this lesson. I want you to have the skills and the understanding to be able to teach any lesson. So that's why we kind of are going into a little more detail. Oh, yes. So we want to use our modeling tools. I'll mention them very quickly. Instructional TPR, educational TPR, on-screen modeling, and props. Those are our tools while we're teaching a lesson. Instructional TPR, we just talked about. Maybe big, small, draw a line, circle, drag and drop. It's those directional body gestures. Educational TPR are actions that can be reciprocated. Okay, so if I'm flying or kite, doll, throw, anything that is in addition to teaching, but doing an action the student can reciprocate. And then props, you'll see we use some, we're getting there. And then using the screen to directionally show the student where to look. In addition to, you can actually show them by drawing a circle. When you want them to draw a circle, you can also start to drag or show them once where to drag something, then put it back so they can drag it. Okay, so we use instructional TPR and drawing on the screen on every slide. Then we have a happy mix of props and actions, at least beginning, middle, end, if you want a placement for how often. Okay, so I vocabulary. Remember, it's the I slide, it's the introduce, it is repetition, I do. So you would have the teacher says the word, student says the word, teacher says the word, student says the word. Okay? Kite. Kite. I fly my kite. Great job. Doll. Doll. This is my doll. Great job. That slide's very simple. Have them repeat the word, have them say the sentences after you. And again, when you see me doing this, it means I'm marking the slide. Next slide. Kite. She flies a... Great job. Draw a line. Watch. Draw a line. Great job, Sarah. Great job. Doll. This is her. Great job. This is her doll. Draw a line. Great job. So we used instructional TPR. We used on-screen modeling because I started to draw the line to show her. I marked the words, but we're practicing. This is our practice slide. I let the student fill in the blank. So we met the objective of bit by bit, they are starting to get the answer with a little bit of help. But then I had them repeat the full sentence because we always want to be having the student speak, having them use full sentences. All right. A, vocabulary. Remember, we want independent verbal output. Q and A. Q and A. Ask the question, cup your ear, then have them drag and drop. For this slide, I will circle the picture first so they know which one I'm talking about. You can have your actions or props come back. You can pick. We've already used both for the beginning of the lesson, so you can choose which one, but independent verbal output is the goal. If they give you one word, that's fine. Encourage a full sentence. Okay. What is it? Great job. This is a doll. Drag and drop. Good job, Sarah. What is it? This is a kite. Great job. Drag and drop. You guys are getting this. I think you get it. Now we're on I verb. What do? Isolate the word fly. This is an I slide. It can be 100% repetition. Make corrections as the student goes. Remember, mark the slide. Use instructional TPR. If you'd like, you can add in a prop or an action. I slides are great places, so you can attach either an action or a prop to the word. Fly. Fly. He flies a kite. Great job. I fly a kite. Great job. My sister. My sister flies a kite. Great job. Okay, P verb. Have them fill in the blank, then drag and drop. Remember to mark the screen, cup your ear. Guideful sentences. You can use a proper in action. She Good. She flies a kite. Drag and drop. Great job. They fly a kite. Great job. Drag and drop. Good job. Drag and drop. Because I already taught them how to drag and drop at the beginning, it should be very quick later on. Because my instruction was clear, concise, and consistent. Because I chose to use drag and drop with the TPR of this gesture. And every time I say it, I use at least drag and drop. But the first time I gave the clear instruction and I modeled in 2 ways, at least 2 ways, as I continued to do it. So the first time when I was on that reward slide, I said drag and drop. I used my hand. I started to show them on the screen. That was 2 ways. Okay. But again, I'm using that same word, so now I don't have to show them as much. Okay. A verb. Ask them a question, have them answer. Okay? One way you can do that is say, listen, click the audio, let them hear the answer. Then ask them the question, cup your ear, they give you the answer they just heard, then encourage them to drag and drop. Or you can say, listen, click, put your hand down, pick it back up, and they will repeat the sentence they just heard. Both are appropriate approaches because both elicit a verbal response with student independence. They're answering on their own. Okay. Listen. Who flies a kite? Great job. Drag and drop. Listen. Sarah, who flies a kite? Great job. Drag and drop. Listen. Who flies a kite? Drag and drop. Great job. You get a basketball and a star. Ding. I should have rewarded in between. Again, watch my 10-minute video. That has great examples of the IPA. It has great examples of props and instructional TPR, educational TPR, showing that I'm marking the slides. All of that is included, and I'm rewarding more frequently. You want to give three or 4 at least, in addition to 1 or 2 stars within your mock class time. A full actual lesson, you would give 5 to 8 basketballs and 5 stars, in addition to the good jobs. Okay, I sentence frame, lesson B. It says, do you throw a ball? Yes, I throw a ball. This is the slide that people are the most unsure about because they don't realize that because it's an I slide, the student needs to repeat the answer twice. So this is one way that would be appropriate to teach this slide. I'm going to mark it first. Yes, I throw a ball. Good. Dino, do you throw a ball?
Yes, I throw a ball.
Sarah, do you throw a ball? Great job. So I modeled question to answer, but I had the student repeat the answer twice. So you would then do the same thing for the other side. No, I don't swing on a swing. Do you swing on a swing? Great job. Next slide, have them fill in the blank. You need to use fly a kite, throw a ball, and swing on a swing. You need them to use yes, I, and no, I don't. You get to choose if you want 2 yeses and a no, or 1 yes and 2 no's. That's up to you. But the example would be asking, do you fly a kite? Do you throw a ball? Do you swing on a swing? Those need to be asked. And then the answers would be, yes, I throw a ball, or no, I don't throw a ball. Or, yes, I fly a kite. No, I don't fly a kite. Example. Sarah, do you fly a kite? Yes, I fly a kite. Do you throw a ball? No, I don't throw a ball. Do you swing on a swing? Yes, I. Good. Yes, I swing on a swing. A quick way to get a no answer would be if I circled the boy throwing and I asked, do you swing on a swing? So the student would look at the ball, hear swing, and say, no, I don't swing on a swing. Then you could circle that picture again and say, do I throw a ball? And the student would say, yes, I throw a ball. So you can either have them say no for the swing because that's a sentence you practiced, or you could actually just circle the wrong one. Both are great. Now, we're on the next one. We want them to give independent verbal output. So ask, cup your ear, and then encourage full sentences or make corrections as needed. Okay? A, sentence frame. Lesson B, do they, does he. Same idea. You need to use fly, kite, swing on a swing, and throw a ball. And you need 3 answers. And you need to use a yes and a no. You can have 2 yeses and 1 no. Or you can have 1 yes and 2 no's. That's up to you. Excuse me, I sneezed. Okay, we're very close. We're almost there. Thank you for sticking with me so far. I really hope that you're enjoying these tips and these suggestions. Again, watch my 10-minute video. It'll be linked below so that you can see me implementing some of these techniques. Okay. Do they fly a kite? Good. Do they swing on a swing? Great job. Does he swing on a swing? No, he does not swing on a swing. Does he throw a ball? Great job. Okay, when you're on the eFree Talk slide, remember you're extending. You're doing lesson extension. Extensions for this level could be numbers, shape, or colors. And also you can ask back lesson sentences like, does she throw a ball? So you can practice things like that. Okay, again, mark the slide, use instructional TPR. Then you get to choose, bring in some props and actions if you're shooting for that beginning, middle, and end. Make sure you've got your 1 to 2 stars and 3 to 4 rewards. Does she throw a ball? Great job. Do they fly a kite? Great job. Do you like to fly kites, Sarah? Yes or no? Great. Yes, I like to fly kites. Great job. What color is the soccer ball? The soccer ball is red. Great job. You get a basketball and a star. Ding! Great job, Sarah. And then when you get to the goodbye slide, it would go something like this. Goodbye, Sarah. Great job today. You got 3 basketballs and 2 stars. Great job. See you next time. Bye-bye. Now remember, in a full lesson, you would have given 5 to 8 basketballs and all 5 stars. Help you find this helpful, please email me at skylessposts@gmail.com if you have any questions, and double check and watch my video that shows me teaching just the full 10 minutes, the lesson, using these techniques. Have a wonderful day. I'll see you soon.